Hi, it's Derek from Vision Happy, helping you to create an extraordinary life. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can unleash your inner creativity to bring out your best work. So often we doubt our abilities, we doubt our creativity to produce our work, because often we have these doubts about ourselves, about who we are, and what it is that we can produce. So I want to give you these 3 tips which I really believe will get you going and producing that work, if you really internalize them, that is. So number 1, what I recommend that you do, and if you've not already watched my first video on journaling, please watch it, but I would like you to be able to start the morning pages immediately. And what the morning pages is it was developed by Julia Cameron. It's literally when you wake up in the morning, just write about 2 to 3 sides of anything and everything that comes into your head, everything, no holds barred, literally just write and write and write. And the amazing thing that will happen is ideas will start to form, and you won't realize that the ideas are starting to form. And you've got to continue this process. You've got to do it every day. And when those ideas form, it's those ideas that you can use and you can implement and that you can action on. And the reason why it works so well is that it works on your inner thoughts, resistance, our negative thoughts, everything. And that's what makes it so great. And I'm pretty confident that you'll be able to get these ideas generating straight away and you can work on them. So that's number 1. I really recommend that you start that from tomorrow if you can. And I do want to point out that you want to do this when you wake up in the morning. So avoid all the distractions. And when we talk about distractions, the first thing that we usually do, and I know I've been guilty of it, is social media. We go onto Facebook, or we go onto YouTube. The best thing you can do is do it before you do the morning pages, before you go onto these things, because usually the ideas are fresh in my head, and I've tested it. I know that because I've been onto YouTube and been onto Facebook and all these things that you do before, when you do wake up in the morning. And then I've tried to do the morning pages and it doesn't work as effectively. What you want to do is when you're fresh out of bed. So normally what I do is when I wake up in the morning, I do my prayers and then I go straight into the morning pages. And it really works. I know it works because I've not been able to produce the videos that I have been able to produce without the morning pages. So that's how it's worked for me. And I'm fairly sure, I'm 90%, 99% sure that it is going to work for you. So I suggest that you do that as soon as possible if you're a creator, and you want to create something. So that's number 1. Number 2 is to understand that, as I mentioned before, that creativity, it really is a process. And so you've just got to go out there and take action. Take actions on those things, on those things that you've journaled about on your morning pages. So go ahead and just do them. And just take action and just produce those ideas. And, the more you take action, the more it is going to be beneficial for yourself. It's going to be like, whoa, I've actually finally done it. I've done what I said I was going to do. And so action is extremely important, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to produce your best work without taking action. So that's number 2, taking action on those ideas that you produce from the morning pages. Number 3 is to understand, and this is really, really important. It's been important for me, and it's definitely going to be important for you. Often we feel that we're not good enough. We feel that our work is, what we can produce is not good as what other people can produce. And it's just to understand that we do have these struggles, and these struggles can be absolutely anything and everything. We always have these struggles when we're trying to, be more creative. And it's just to understand that, we are imperfect, and you've got to embrace that you are imperfect, as Brené Brown from the brilliant book called The Gifts of Imperfection mentions. We've got to be able to embrace our imperfections. Once we can embrace our imperfections, then we can be connected to ourselves, be more authentic to ourselves, and to understand that we don't have to be perfect, right? We never will be perfect. We are human beings. We will always, produce work that are imperfect or flawed, if you like, according to some people. But once you get in touch with your struggles, you can be more authentic to yourself and allow for these imperfections to happen. So those are the 3 tips that I really want you to take away. In fact, there's another tip that or another point that I want to make, so you can say this is a bonus tip, is to work on these consistently as a side project. Okay, so what do I mean by that? What I mean is that these can be, your side project can be something that's related or unrelated. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're an accountant by day and by profession, but you want to harness more of your creative side, your creative side, and do your hobbies. And this is what I mean by your side projects. Okay, because it's really important that you work on these side projects, because if you're an accountant, as we said in this example, and your side hobby or your side project is your arts and crafts, and you absolutely love that, then what I would suggest that you do is you continue to work on that, work on those hobbies, those side hobbies, because if they're unrelated, so in the accounting example, then what that can do is, when you're doing these side hobbies, it can really bring out the creative side of your brain. So when you do your normal day job, it can bring out the creativity within you, so you can apply this into your working profession. Or if it's related, then great, that's fantastic. Like my videos, for instance, I produce my videos, and that's kind of like my my side thing to my coaching, my profession, which is what I do and I love. And I'm also working on something that's unrelated as well, which is cooking. I absolutely love cooking. I cook like once a week, and I make sure I have time to be able to do that. So I hope this video has been beneficial for you. I hope you can pass it on to anyone else that you feel can benefit from it. It may be that thing that this video may be the thing that really gets them going, to help them to produce that work that they love. So it's just as much your duty as it is mine to pass it on to them, because at the end of the day, my vision is to create leaders or people who want to express their creative arts, and that's what I want you to do. So I really want you to really internalize and reflect on what I've mentioned. And until then, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.